Hi. It's midnight. Well, what's the time now? Oh no, what's the time? It's 12:15 a.m. I've read the prologue and I was going to read some more, but I'm really tired. But I've got it. I've got Chain of Gold on my Kindle. I've got pseudocreme all over my face, and then tomorrow I'm going to get up and I'm going to go and get my physical copy. But yeah, happy Chain of Gold day. Good morning everybody, welcome back or welcome to my channel. My name is Lauren and I make videos a couple of times a week about books and fandomy things. So today is Chain of Gold day. Chain of Gold comes out today, came out at midnight. You saw my little sleepy face. So I read some last night, but I was very tired, so I'm going to get my physical copy today. I have to go to the doctor's. The bookshop opens at 9. It's about 9:15 now. I have the doctor's at 11:20, so I'm going to go to Waterstones, pick up my physical copy, sit in the cafe for a bit, write it again properly, read it, not all of it obviously, go to the doctor's and then come back and read some more. So yeah, I am super excited. This is the book that I have been waiting for so long. Since I found out that the Infernal Devices was getting a sequel, I am buzzed and I'm so excited to learn more about the Carstairs and just I'm so excited. So yeah, this is the one I've been waiting for. Like, I love the Dark Artificers so much obviously, but the Infernal Devices is my baby, so I'm so excited to delve back into the London Institute. Obviously, as per usual, I'm bringing you along with me. Here's my reading vlog, here's my release day vlog. Enjoy! We are on our way. It's mine! It's so pretty. I'm obsessed with it. I wish they all looked like this hardback because they're lush. Oh, I love it. Waterstones didn't know it was out today and I was like, I want my copy. And they were like, it's not out. And I was like, but it is. I don't want it now. So they went and got it for me. And now I'm going to eat some breakfast. I've treated myself to a nice breakfast in a cafe. I'm going to read some of this and then I'm going to go to my doctor's appointment and then go home and read the rest. Doctors now. I think I ended up reading like 5 chapters in Waterstones and I just love it so much. Like, I just love James and Lucy and Cordelia and just all of them, and every time they mention Will I'm like, oh my god, bless, like, love you, and Tessa, and I just love them so much, just all of it. James has Will's sense of humour but also Will's kindness, and oh my god, I love them. I love them so much. But yeah, I love it so far. It feels so good to be back in the London Institute. It feels just, these characters feel familiar even though we've never properly met them, and I love them and I'm so excited to read more. I'm going to take it into the doctor's with me and sit and read it while I'm in there. It's very busy today. It's a very busy car park. I'm quite early, but I'm glad because I literally got to the last parking space in the doctor's car park. So I'm assuming they're probably going to be running a bit late, but that's okay. I can read more, so that's what I'm going to go do now. But yeah, oh, I love it so much. I love it. I just love it so much. Yeah, so. Oh, I'm so happy to be back in the London Institute. You can tell that I'm not very well because I just tried to drive my car without turning the engine on. I literally put it in reverse and then tried to move, and I was like, the engine's not on. I just need to go home and read. Hello, I am home. Obviously my jumper has changed. I just bought this. I popped into Sainsbury's to get some snacks for my reading, and this was in there on sale, and Sainsbury's clothes is my fave and they last me years and years and years and years and years. I've literally owned these jeans from Sainsbury's for like 3 years and they still look super fab and wonderful, and they're super comfy and baggy, and this jumper is really nice. So we put this jumper on. I'm gonna make some tea, probably some lunch as well, because it is almost 1 o'clock. My appointment did run over. I was right about it being a bit of a wait. Got some new meds because mine have stopped working, so yay. So I'm gonna make some lunch and I'm gonna read some more Jane of Gold. I'm like 100 pages in and I love it and it's so good. And, okay, I still haven't made any lunch because I've just been pissing about on TikTok. I am reading now. I am so intrigued by so much of this so far. The fact that Lucy can see Jessie Blackthorne is really interesting. And I wonder if it's because Tessa is immortal and she has, obviously she's immortal, she doesn't age, she has different abilities and stuff. So I wonder if it's because of their, like, what word am I trying to think of? Like heritage, like Tessa's side of the family. I really, really want to know what's going on. I bloody love Anna Lightwood. I absolutely love Anna Lightwood. She's just so cool. I just see her like stood in a corner of the room just lurking, and she's wonderful. Already I feel really sorry for Cordelia because she obviously really likes James, but I definitely think there's something up with the Blackthorns, with Grace and Tatiana. I'm like 100 pages in and I have all these questions already. This is insane. Like, this is the thing with Shadowhunters books is, yes, she still has to set the story because there's a new story, but we already are so familiar with these characters and so familiar with this world that she doesn't need to do as much world building. So it jumps straight in and we're like immediately like, but what's going on with these people? What's happening? So that's really cool. And she's Cassandra Clare and she's left me with loads and loads of questions, as per usual. Also, Tessa and Will just having their little moment in their house is just so adorable, and the fact that Will has grey hair is stressing me out because I know how this ends. I know how this story ends. I know that Will is not immortal, and I know this whole situation, and I'm going into this book knowing that, and like knowing that he is gonna die. Probably not in this series, but you don't usually get, you finish a series and you assume that at some point the characters will age and die, but we know that Will dies because we know Tessa now in the future, and it's a real like bittersweet thing because we know what happens to these characters. Even though he dies peacefully in old age, we know that their life will end, but Tessa's will stay and she has to deal with that. But it's like, I love my Tess, my lovely wife. We have been through so much. We deserve this happiness. There are others who deserve happiness who have not got it. I know. I love you, Will. Ah! I love them so much. This hurts me. Is this all because my grandmother, my mother's demon father, is this his gift to us? I would have been perfectly satisfied with a new pair of socks on my birthday. I definitely think it's something to do with that, honestly. Like, he's a great demon. Oh my god. What if he's the same as Magnus? What if Tessa and Magnus have the same greater demon parent? Intriguing. So, the demon attack in the park has just happened. Holy shit. There's definitely something up with these demons. They seem weird, and people saying that there's like not demon attacks in London. What if the wrong people what if the people that are saying there isn't any just can't see them? It's actually, there's definitely something weird. I wonder if there's like a shadow, like a different realm that's sort of blending with the normal world and this world. The fact that they come out in the day as well is obviously not right. So
it's a bit weird. There's definitely something up with these demons. There's definitely something like bigger at play with these. We're finally gonna make food now. I'm gonna read while I make food. Nestle Crunch. I'm in the car again. I'm picking my cousin up from work, but before I left, because I'm seeing her tonight, so I'm just picking her up, but before I left, I just got to the bit where Matthew tells James that he's like a product of the shadow world, and then James like disappears and Will's trying to get in the room, and like, what the hell, Matthew? What on earth? What? And then I had to leave, so I had to put the book down, and like, what the fuck? Like, what am I supposed to do? So yeah, that's where we're at, book-wise and emotionally. So this is fun. So stressed about this entire thing. So there we go. Also, I just reverse parked, which I never do because it stresses me out. But like, I did it, and look, I'm in the line. I'm in. You can't see, but like, oh, shut up. I'm in the line. I did it. Proud of me. Well, hey, I'm back with my child. I'm gonna have a bath, and then I'm gonna read some more in bath with the whole James situation. I'm so stressed. Bubbles. Hi. So I just got out of the bath. I don't know for how long I was in there for. A while. And I was making notes because obviously I didn't have my phone, and I was putting little page marks in there. They're cats, they're adorable. These are my notes. Look, this is what I made earlier, and this is what I made leaning over the side of the bath, scribbling in my notebook so it didn't get wet. I understand this, it makes sense. I'm going to take my nail varnish off because I did it earlier, but I actually have psoriasis in my nails. And they are really crumbly, so I don't think nail varnish is a good idea. They've just been crumbling all day, so I'm going to take them off. But yeah, so where to start? James, I love that his name is Jamie. Like, I like the name James is one of my favorite names, and I actually love shortening it to Jamie. I don't know why, it's just literally like, I just really love it. I love him. He's stressing me out just as much as his father did. Genuinely causing me all the stress. This boy with Grace and Cordelia, and the fact that Cortana drew him, like the light of Cortana brought him back to like the mortal world, genuinely got me crying. I think, speaking of the whole greenhouse scene, there is definitely something up with Tatiana Blackthorn. The fact that there was that demon in there, the fact she's growing dodgy stuff, she is a defo trying to bring, like, try and bring Jessie back. And then obviously there was that flashback where Jessie was saying, don't leave me, I want to come back, I want to come back. And I have a theory that they can draw that like strength, or like James's strength from like his like ghostly self, and like James is gonna be an issue where James is permanently in the ghost world, and then Jessie can come back using that, like if they trade off. I don't know if that's like actually possible, but the fact that Grace knows that he can do it, I honestly reckon that she's going to be really dodgy and she's going to be having him on. Like genuinely, I don't trust Grace. Not fully. I definitely don't trust Tatiana, but I just don't think that James being able to kind of become a ghost and become a shadow, and the fact that then we have Jessie who is alluding to the fact that they might have something in place to bring him back permanently one day, and that he is kept alive by necromancy, scares me. It's Cassandra Clare. Like, I just don't think those things are mentioned or linked for no reason. I also just like, obviously James is supposed to like be like Will, and we see aspects of that in his humour, but Lucy is also really like Will, and I really love seeing bits of Will in Lucy. It's lovely. And then Will and Tessa, honestly, it's because it's been so long since Will and Tessa have been together, and we're so used to Tessa and Jem now. I'd never truly forgot how much I love Will Herondale, but oh my god, I love Will Herondale. He is the best. I love him. I love him more than I love any character, and I think that's actually true. Like, Magnus is my fave. By the way, Dragon Magnus is like, Magnus is in every book. Like, it's like halfway through. I'm like halfway through now, and Magnus hasn't shown up, and neither has Church. I feel like I'm lacking them, and I don't know if Magnus will. It'd be really interesting if he doesn't, and see like, but I honestly think Will is my favourite. I love Anna Lightwood. I feel like she also knows more than she's letting on, but I love her. Absolutely love her. She radiates chaotic energy, and I love it. I'm here for it. I'm living for it. Henry, oh my god, I actually love Henry and Charlotte so much, and Henry made his own wheelchair. Love him. So yeah, I am about halfway through now. I am loving being back in the London Institute. I have missed it so much. I don't think I fully let myself appreciate how much I missed it, and I missed it loads. So I'm so happy, and I'm having the best time reading this book. It's honestly, I've got so many questions, so many theories. I've got a bunch of little cats holding my pages for me. And oh my god, I love it. I absolutely love it. It's like already up there in one of my like top Cassandra Clare books, and that list hasn't moved around very much in the last couple of years, so yeah, I love it. Good morning. Please excuse my towel fashion. I am going to dry my hair in a second. I have just got ready for the day. I am planning on finishing Chain of Gold today. I am going to my brother's house at about 4 o'clock, and it is 11ish now. So I've got like a solid 5 hours, and I reckon I can finish it in that time. So that's what my day is dedicated to today, is trying to finish it. And then yeah, I'm really excited. I dreamt about it last night because I'm so obsessed with it. So I can't wait to read more. It's like all I've been wanting to do is just to sit and read it all day. Honestly, I love it so much. I love them so much. Agnes Bain would help them, and that's why he is better than anyone else. Go away. I do not trust Grace. She's trying to get James to marry her, and I do not trust her. All of this is really weird. No. I've just got a bad feeling about this entire family. I don't know if Grace is aware. Like, I feel like there's some like dodgy stuff, but I don't actually know if she's properly aware of what her mum is doing. But her mum, dodgy. This floor hallway shimmered with witch lights. The door of the parlour stood open, and the sound of a Welsh song rang out into the corridor. I'm not going to try and sing this song or read this song in Welsh. James and Lucy exchanged a worried look. If Will was singing, that meant he was in a sociable mood and would seize them the moment he saw them to begin reminiscing about whales and ducks. Oh, I love Tessa. They're talking about Charlotte and when she lost the baby, and the fact that I know it was Matthew because of Ghosts of the Shadow Market. That story broke my heart when I read it. It absolutely broke my heart, and this is horrible and I hate it. I really wasn't expecting Barbara to die. That's horrible. Oh, poor Sophie. And these demons are gonna be a nightmare. I bloody knew that Alistair wasn't straight. I knew it. He's talking to a Charles Fairchild now, and I bloody knew it the second I was reading about him being in with Thomas and everything happening with that. I bloody knew it. Ariadne is gay as well. I'm living for it. I'm just living for all of these chaotic 1900 chaotic gays. I'm here for it all. Lucy is playing with Alexander Lightwood, but not Alec. It's Cicely and Gabriel's son, youngest son. He's like 2, 3, and it's adorable. But I was like, Alexander, oh cool. And then I was like, wait, no, it's Cicely's son. He'd be Alexander Lightwood. And then I was like, Alexander Lightwood. This is probably Alec's namesake, which is really cute, and I love it. And Jessamine's just there as well, just wanting to play games, which, oh, I like Jessamine. I really, really like her. Like, I didn't at first, but I love her, and I'm glad that she's there and they can still talk to her and stuff, and that she guards the Institute. So I went on Shadowhunters Wiki because I looked on it yesterday when I was meeting all these new people, and Barbara was apparently at Will's funeral. So either that's a mistake or there's something more at play here and she's not actually dead. But I was sure I remembered seeing that. So I went back on it just now to check, and I'm sure, yeah, so either that's a mistake or there's a lot more at play to what's going on with these demons and what's going on in the Shadowhunter world at the minute. Okay, so they've just got to Emmanuel Guest's house, and Lucy found him dead and was able to sort of summon his ghost and talk to him. I definitely think Lucy's power is stronger, and I definitely think there's something that they have. I'm just really intrigued because obviously everyone's sort of focused on James and the fact that he can go to the shadow world and all of this stuff, but I definitely think Lucy's ability to see ghosts, even ghosts that not everyone can see, is really interesting as well, and definitely part of her heritage. So I'm interested to see how that's going to go on. I keep forgetting that this is the first book in a series and there's going to be 2 more books in the last hours, so this book's just going to end on a massive thing, and there's still going to be so much information that's not going to be given to me in this book, and I keep forgetting that. So yeah, this is what we've got. I'm gonna get some food now. I've got about an hour and a quarter to go get some food. I'm gonna go get some takeout because I'm not feeling great and I really don't want to cook. I've been cooking every day this week, so I'm gonna go get a takeout, and then I'm gonna come back, eat it, read some more, and then I've got to go to my brother's house. So yeah, I'm loving it. I just don't want to put it down. Every time I have to stop, I'm like, I just want to read more. I have not done any reading today. I went to sleep last night, and then today I have been out all day, and then I have to sort some stuff out because tomorrow I am away for the weekend. It's Friday tomorrow. So I wrote some notes. I'm going to try and finish it tonight, actually. Grace kissing Matthew, there was something weird with that. She definitely made something happened with that. And like, I literally hate that Matthew is dealing with so much, and the story in Ghost on the Shadow Market breaks my heart. And I've said this, but it truly upsets me so much. It was really horrible reading that, and the guilt that he's clearly living from guilt that's come from that is obviously affecting him a lot. And he says about how she just turned cold, and her entire demeanor changed, and I just something up with this Blackthorn family, honestly. They also keep mentioning, like, Cassie has made the characters keep mentioning that Magnus isn't there, and like they're very noticing Magnus's absence. So I don't know if there's going to be a point to that fact, but it just feels like really like he's not there. It's mentioned again that he's not there. But yeah, I'm over halfway now. I've got 200-ish pages left, so I don't know if I'm going to finish it tonight, but I'm really hoping so, because I want to have it done by the weekend. I don't want to be taking it away and reading it with me, but we'll see. I'm going to take this off. I just cleaned my room and then going to get back to reading. So yay. Hi, I have pseudocreme on my face. You're just going to have to deal with it. My face is really sore and horrible at the minute. I finished Chain of Gold. I actually finished it a couple of days ago, but then I was in hospital. I love it. So I wasn't able to film like a wrap up or anything. Basically, I finished it. The rest of it I just read, and I wasn't filming any of my reactions because like the end of this book, oh my god, actually ruined me. I ended up reading a lot of it, the rest of it on my Kindle, because my wrists were getting quite weak. I couldn't hold the book. So I have notes on the Kindle of what I wanted to say. So let's just sum up how I feel about this ending. Right, so first of all, I just want to say that I absolutely fucking knew it. I knew it, that bracelet or something to do with Tatiana, that was dodgy. I knew that. I called that the second that Grace put that bracelet back on him, and then suddenly he's like, I love Grace, who is Cordelia? Even though he clearly loved Cordelia. And that bit in the room, when Matthew was distracting Charles, and then they were in the room, and I was like, oh my god, James is realising that he actually loves her, and then he says to her, I kissed you because I never wanted anything more, and he basically like says his feelings, but Cordelia doesn't think he could ever love her, so she just believes that he loves Grace and that's the only person he ever loves. But it's the bracelet, and like, his behaviour with Grace was always just weird. The fact that he left Cordelia when they were dancing and just walked over, like, it's not okay. Do I think Grace knows what the bracelet does? Possibly, because why else would she want to give it to him? Like, Tatiana would have had to have really really relied on Grace wanting to give a token of her affection, unless Grace is under some kind of spell trancey thing as well. I love Cordelia Carstairs with my entire heart. I would die for Cordelia Carstairs. She is my favourite, probably my favourite Shadowhunter character of all time. We're gonna go on a whim and say that. I mean, we've got Magnus, who does come into it, and I love that he was like, maybe I should go fetch my cat. I'm gonna be in London for a while, because, you know, the boy has to fix things all the time. And obviously Matthew does like Cordelia, which sucks, because there's gonna be, I don't want there to be a love triangle, like especially a parabatai love triangle, because I mean that's like the situation again with Will, Gem and Tessa, and like I just would like it worked with Will, Gem and Tessa, and I don't know if it'll work with these, because like James does love her. I've seen the family tree that Cassie released a couple years back now. I've seen the family tree. I know what happens on the family tree. That also brings me to Jesse and what's going to happen with Jesse, because obviously he gave James his final breath, but then what's going to happen to him, because how is he going to come back? He still can be seen. Lucy can still see him, and the fact that Lucy can see him is obviously there's some power at play there. Oh yeah, I also made a note. I was like, every time James goes into this shadow world, it's basically the upside down. Belial, so his name, I believe it's Belial. Belial is how I would say it. His name literally means devil. When I clicked his name to make a note, it literally was like, meaning devil. So he is like one of the worst princes of hell. So I knew it, and I knew that Tessa's was going to be something on the scale of Magnus's. I obviously did have the theory that her and Magnus were going to have the same dad, but the Tessa's power is there was obviously he was going to be a pretty like powerful demon. I also love Will. I know that that's like everyone knows that I love Will, but I love him so much. He's just like still Will that we love when he's like, I'm going to kiss your mother now, feel free to look away, if or if not, feel free to leave, or if not, we can play a game of Ludo afterwards. I love him, but then he is like dad Will, and he's grown up, and he just, I love him. I love Magnus. He's hilarious. Everything he says, I just love him. Like Matthew's admiration of Magnus, honestly, it makes my life complete. I'm always wanting to talk about waistcoats, and he just loves him. I feel like Matthew has to sort his stuff out in his head with lots of things. I am proud of Alistair. Like, Alistair was a dick to the boys at school, and there was definitely things he said which were really horrible, but I do feel like he's started to like take back part of his life, and then that just was taken away again. But I understand why, because he was awful to them at school. But I sort of sense something between Alistair and Thomas. I can see that that's like a possibility. Also Anna Lightwood, I love her so much, absolutely so much, absolute queen. There was a bit where it was like, yeah, I love her. She's just honestly everything I want to be with my life. She's just great, she's just wonderful. And Ariadne as well, her character's kind of got more of a thing than I thought. Like when she comes back and she's like, I'm stubborn as well, I'm gonna try and win you back. I was like, oh bless, this is really cute. There's just all the gays in this, and I just love it. They're just everywhere. Even Matthew says about liking boys and girls, or hints to it anyway. James saying that he thinks that either Matthew is in pain for things that he doesn't understand. But yeah, there's definitely something at play. I want to say Grace knows more than Jessie does, or that if Jessie knows, Jessie actually really wants to help, whereas I think Grace has a side to her that I don't trust, that I've seen. Why would she give him that bracelet? But then she took it off of him, so then whether or not she wanted to not do that, and she knew the only way he would do what she said was by putting it back on him, I don't know. But there's definitely something with that. James, I love him, but he's so much like Will, in the sense that he loves so much. The whole marriage thing, this is like a fake marriage trope. We're really good friends, let's get married to appease this situation, because obviously Cordelia stood up for him and made it like seem like they'd been together. And Will, I love Will, that was like, we taught you how to respect women. Like Will, I seem to remember the floor of a prison. James being like, we're friends, we can get married, like it will be fine, like it'll be a year and it'll be okay. And it's like, oh my god, this year is going to be a stressful year. They are going to, one of them's going to figure out something with that bracelet soon enough. My bet is that Lucy figures it out, because I just like, Lucy's an absolute queen. Like, she's an absolute badass queen, and I love her. When she's overhearing and she comes in, she's like, I overheard at the door, but oh my god, Cornelia, you're going to be my sister. And I'm like, oh, what an absolute legend. It's fake marriage trope, isn't it? That's what it is, and it's one of my favourites. The only unfortunate thing is that when I read fake marriage fan fictions, usually they're complete and I get an answer. I have to wait for the second book in the series, and that's not even the last book in the series. There's gonna be another one, and they're gonna wait, and I'm gonna be like, how old? And I just need to know now, because this is all I've thought about since I've owned this book. Every night since I've owned Chain of Gold, I have dreamt about Chain of Gold. I have dreamt about it. It's all I've thought about. I ship James and Cordelia so much. I need them. Like, oh my god. When he's like, Daisy, my Daisy, I'm like, oh my god. I just need everything to be okay, and it's not okay. And Tatiana Blackthorne is so annoying, and I literally want to punch her in the face. But that's alright. I finished Chain of Gold. I'm going to do a more in-depth review probably at some point, and some other videos as well. But yeah, Chain of Gold, man. My favourite Shadowhunters book, 5 out of 5 stars, 100%. It is my favourite Shadowhunter book that has existed to date. I love it. I absolutely loved it. It was so good. It is, in my opinion, Cassie's best book. It was wonderful. It was absolutely wonderful, and I loved every single minute of reading it. Every minute. It made me laugh out loud, it made me cry, it made me shout, it made me I love it so much. I loved my whole experience reading it. It has made me so happy, and oh, I love it. My baby. So yeah, that is my experience reading Chain of Gold. If you've read Chain of Gold, then I'd love to know your thoughts, your theories, your opinions. Leave them in the comments, please, and we can discuss together. Like I said, if you guys are new here, then I make videos a couple of times a week about books and fandomy things, so if you want to stick around and join us, then feel free to hit that subscribe button. And as usual, all the links to all my other social medias are in the description down below. Thank you for watching. I hope you're doing really, 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 really well, and I will see you next time. Goodbye.